Well, Black and White Network, the blows keep coming for one Fani Willis. Now, of course, she's actually allowed to remain on this case, at least for now. We'll actually have to see if the appeals court actually updates Trump's appeal, because Judge Scott McAfee said, yeah, you can actually appeal my decision to actually keep Fani Willis on the case. But the blows keep coming for one Fani Willis. Now, motions were made in court. And I believe, guys, that charges should have never came to Trump. None of these people. Now, some of these people, man, I mean, this case, guys, is so wild that even the lawyers for Trump actually got charges filed against them. And in some cases, these lawyers rolled over and begged for forgiveness. Jenna Ellis, I'm looking at you. This is how crazy this case is. Trump doesn't have the right to legal representation. That's pretty much what Fani Willis was actually saying. The lawyers got charged. Just absolutely crazy, man. Now, Fani Willis got a serious blow today in court. Now, the only reason why these charges were even levied against Trump is because he spoke out against the results of the 2020 election. That's it. That is the only reason why he's been charged anything. But when Democrats deny elections, guess what? It's perfectly okay. Democrats went out there. They denied the 2000 election of George W. Bush. The Democrats denied the 2016 election. Hillary Clinton, as of today, still pushing Russia collusion. But when Trump says, man, I got questions. I believe there was a lot of fraud in the 2020 election. Oh, no, you can't say that. And also, Big Tech played a role in that. For the longest time, even right here on YouTube, man, you couldn't even bring up the 2020 election. They just recently changed that, I believe, like a year ago. I mean, we have the First Amendment right to actually speak out on stuff like that. When YouTube came down with that policy, I was like, what is going on? Something is not right here. That is the reason why they went after Donald Trump. They want to violate his First Amendment rights. You have the right to free speech. You really do. Well, let's get into this, guys, because Fani Willis got a huge blow. And guess what? All these charges may get dropped. So let's get into it, guys. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Remember, live stream every single Friday. Just starts at $5 per month. If you're watching on Rumble, click the join button, get access to the same thing. So here we go. Right here on Newsweek, Fani Willis dealt blow as judge to hear Donald Trump arguments. This is all about Donald Trump's First Amendment rights. And when Fani Willis actually brought up these charges on Trump, she violated his First Amendment rights. She arrested this man for having free speech. And I got a major problem with that. It says here, Fulton County DA Fani Willis's case against former President Donald Trump in Georgia may have been dealt a blow after the judge presiding over the matter agreed to hear pretrial motions and an appeal against Willis's ability to bring charges against one of the defendants. In August, Trump and 18 other defendants were indicted as part of Willis's probe into alleged election interference in the 2020 presidential election in Georgia. On March 29th, Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee is expected to hear arguments from Trump's lawyers that the Georgia election interference case is intended to criminalize political speech. He is also set to hear two pretrial motions from David Schaefer, a former chair of the Georgia Republican Party. Yeah. So when Trump says there was a lot of fraud, Fani Willis says, oh, no, he can't say that. Let's arrest him. Let's violate his First Amendment rights. I mean, this is insane, man. I mean, why hasn't any Republican DAs actually went after Hillary Clinton for what she said about the 2016 election? None of them actually went after her. But anyway, additionally, McAfee has decided to allow an appeal to the Georgia Court of Appeals by Harrison Floyd, a former director of Black Voices for Trump, whose lawyers argue that Willis did not have the authority to bring election-related charges against him. In a 98-page indictment, Willis said, among other charges, that Trump had unlawfully conspired to change the result of the election. She also alleged that the former president violated Georgia's Racketeering Act. Now, that is really crazy right there. And of course, Trump has denied all of these charges. Now, Fani Willis is a Marxist, okay? The way that communists actually work, guys, is that they try to lock up their political opponents. And she's trying to lock up Trump, throw away the key. Thursday, McAfee is expected to hear arguments on a filing from Trump's lawyer in which they argued that the election interference case is an attack on the former president's First Amendment right to free speech. Quote, the First Amendment, in affording the broadest protection to political speech and discussion regarding governmental affairs, not only embraces what encourages exactly the kind of behavior under attack in this indictment, Trump's lawyers wrote. In response, prosecutors said the indictment was, quote, based on criminal acts, not speech, which is crazy because 6 charges have already been dropped. And the infamous Georgia phone call where Trump told Raffensperger, hey, we need to find like 11,500 votes, they got dropped. Because Fani Willis and her minions, they just decided, hey, let's just charge him with this right here, try to get him on that phone call. But they really didn't give any details as to what Trump actually did. Yeah. I mean, this is crazy right here. This case should have never, ever went to trial. And no charges should have actually been brought because we're not at trial yet. And this trial probably will not end up happening, man. But McAfee, man, I'm not putting all my confidence in him that he will actually do the right thing and drop these charges because this is clearly a First Amendment violation. It really, really is, guys. I mean, if Donald Trump can't go out there and say, hey, I think that the election was stolen, what rights do we actually have, man? We don't have our free speech rights. And we know the left, man, they really want to violate the Constitution. Fani Willis, a DA, not Attorney General, nothing like that, a DA in a county, was allowed to go rogue and bring up these ridiculous charges, man. This whole entire case needs to be thrown out. Racketeering, like they're a part of the mob. Yeah, this is insane, man. But we'll have to see. I'm not exactly sure that Scott McAfee is going to do the right thing. But if there is one thing that is clear, Trump's First Amendment rights were violated. They told him, hey, you cannot speak on this. And if you do, we're going to try to throw you in prison. Think about how crazy that is, man. When the left says, oh, I don't accept the results of election, nothing happens to them. They're going after Trump like crazy, man. This case needs to be thrown out. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.